Good evening, fellow ghouls and specters alike. It's your ghost host with the most, Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5! Here to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs to recount our spooky selection of Halloween classics.
So, light the jack-o'-lanterns, suit up, and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's spooky selection. The Lonesome Ghosts. All right. Okay, Dragon, I'm going to throw it to you. What do you think of this one? I assume you have at least some passing nostalgia for it.
Oh, of course. I mean, I think like most, it was kind of like the epiphany of yeah, this is essentially the origin of Ghostbusters. I know not
Proto
technically.
Ghostbusters, yep.
It's kind of an incidental proto Ghostbusters. I know very different for the purist out there, very different concept, and yes, it's not official. But I mean, let's be honest though, it came before, and they're showing up with nets and things to fight ghosts with. It's pretty much Ghostbusters. And yeah, we kind of thought it appropriate, given the upcoming film coming out. So it was kind of like timed kind of nicely in that regard to finally get to Lonesome Ghost. I mean, yeah, it's I'll tell you, I enjoyed this particularly for the simplicity of it all. There's
Oh,
there's a
yeah,
really
definitely.
there's a nice simplistic charm.
It's an old school, like, Mickey Mouse squatch and stretch slapstick comedy.
Absolutely, it's I like seeing the classic trio assembled. It's kind of it's a classic adventure for the trio, starting small business, kind of on the spooky side in this case, and yeah, it's kind of basically when you look back on this, it's really just an excuse to animate ghosts and kind of animate them in fun ways. I mean, that's really what it is. It's again, it's a charmingly simple story that just kind of gets you to the right places, and it is kind of tailor made for Halloween, for like ghosts and goblins and such. It just feels just right.
Yeah, it
It
definitely
hits
kind
the
of
spot.
fits into that Mickey Mouse slash Donald Duck comfort zone for Halloween. I still think like the ultimate Halloween short is of course Trick or Treat, but I mean that's on another level. That like just embodies the spirit of Halloween as a whole. Dragon, what do you think of the Gorilla short? Because I would like to cover that one day.
Well, I mean, I won't confirm nor deny anything like right here, right now, but
I really like the Gorilla short.
right.
Um, and of course, there's a couple older Mickey Mouse shorts, much older that we haven't covered yet, but I still think they're definitely a lot more dark and sinister than this one. Because you're right, this one definitely has like a cozy quality to it with the trio. It's very much a slapstick comedy. You get into stuff like the Mad Doctor and then the haunted house, and like that really is just kind of like on another level of just it's genuinely like kind of frightening imagery. So I don't know. I honestly think we could do the Mad Doctor and the haunted house as like a double feature or something. I'm just spitballing here, but yeah, Lonesome Ghost Dragon. I feel very much the same way. It was obviously kind of like a big part of like the VHS compilations of Halloween shorts, and I'm sure it played on House of Mouse and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I'll throw out a fun fact, Dragon. When they were designing the Haunted Mansion, they went through a lot of story iterations. And one of them, it wasn't going to feature the Lonesome Ghosts themselves as represented in this short, but it was going to feature a character called the Lonesome Ghost. And it was kind of like basically a child version of what we see in the short, where, it's kind of just like a lonely kid ghost who's very excited that you've decided to come into the mansion, and he's sort of playing around with you. He's kind of like a Charlie McCarthy type, as I've heard described. So that's always kind of like been an interesting kind of connecting point to me with this short, is how it almost kind of made it into the Haunted Mansion in some capacity. I will admit, Dragon, we'll get into it, but I think by far, this definitely has like we keep saying, it has a homey, comforting vibe to it. It's not really scary at all. I do think, and this is kind of a case for a lot of like really old cartoons. The distant vocals on the ghosts, they're not scary, but they're a little disquieting.
Well, I got stuff to say on that when we get to it. But
Okay.
Before we go any further, I want to share. I'm going to pull from one of our favorites from Saving Mr. Banks here with I'm going to give you a few Disney tidbits.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I'm sure you know all this already, just to frame it like so. Let's talk about 1937. That's when this puppy comes out. So another very famous Disney film came out then.
Right.
I don't know if you remember or not. It didn't really make an impact at all. It's not in the animation building anywhere. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, this is like 3 days after Snow White comes out.
Oh wow, that's trippy.
Yeah, no idea. Yeah, it's it was because I mean they were probably cranking out shorts on the side anyway.
Sure. In that time period, especially, yeah.
Yes, I mean it just kind of stands to reason it's going to happen anyway. But they just kind of lucked out like, well, all the eyes are on Disney, which is kind of where they're at now. Back then, it was a bigger deal. The director on this was Bert Gillette. Now, Bert Gillette, he had done a number of these silly symphonies, and most famously, he did The Three Little Pigs.
Oh, okay.
And let's see. Of course, you already mentioned the Haunted Mansion thing. Now,
yeah.
So there is a line in this short that has led many people to believe, and is not necessarily ruled out as the inspiration point. But of course, the Ghostbusters song, I ain't afraid no ghost, or I ain't scared no ghost, is said by Goofy. A lot of people have kind of said, again, that if already the Ghostbuster parables were not there already, that line is basically was like, if there was any doubt. I mean, the shorthand for me for many years with this was, I could have sworn they just called it Ghostbusters. I didn't know that, like, early Ghostbusters. I completely forgot they just called it Lonesome Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of the jury's out whether Ray Parker was officially like inspired by this or not when he was making the song, which just kind of coincided with the Ghostbusters movies. There's always that kind of every time people are talking about like the Ghostbusters cartoon, this does factor into the equation when they're talking about. Well, yeah, it was inspired by that. They got the name from that cartoon, and then they got the inspiration from this. So it's kind of a tangled web. All right, let's dive into it.
Okay, so first of all, I just really like the atmosphere that we build up right from the top, Dragon. With and this is, it's a signature of old cartoons like this, but beautiful exterior shot of the Haunted Mansion. Not the Haunted Mansion, but
that's the thing. It's copyright, Tiki. The other Haunted Mansion. We have a name on this place actually. It's the old McShiver Mansion.
Yes, and. I don't know, Drake. I just love the design of this thing. It's like that's one of the things I really love about these old school shorts is that you go back and a lot of them a lot of these exterior shots and landscape shots and backgrounds, they can just be like art in their own right.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something you take for granted so much nowadays. People roll their eyes at the old cliches that we revel in. They have you remember. This is where we got them from, essentially. This is where we get like the classic, haunted house or the haunted mansion in animation before you kind of do it kind of the iconic and cheap way with Scooby Doo, where we go to every episode's a haunted mansion or a theme park or a swamp or something. In this case, is where you do it like kind of do it upright, go for like the full painting and everything.
Sure.
So we have 4 ghosts. Tiki, do you remember the names of the 4 ghosts?
Oh God, no.
Okay, so these 4 ghosts, apparently Epic Mickey, the game, they named them.
They named them in Epic Mickey? Okay, yeah.
I think so. So I don't think they sort of...
I've never played Epic Mickey, so that checks out that I wouldn't know it.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought you might have gotten into the whole thing there, given how much of a gamer you are of late.
Of late?
Of late, yeah.
I had like a 10-year gap in my resume, Dragon.
Well, I didn't know that the gap was 10 years. I was thinking 5 and we were safe, but I was wrong. So, our ghost. I have no idea who is who. They're brothers. They all look the same. But we have Gilbert, Ian, Gabriel, and Screechin' Sam.
Screechin' Sam.
Yep. Kind of like how Rodney Dangerfield introduced Sam Kinison. Bad Sam.
Oh, God.
It's Bad Sam. It's Screeching Sam. All right, so we have 4 ghosts, and this is such a charming premise. I love this premise so much. 4 ghosts, too good at their jobs, scared everyone away because of this. They're bored out of their minds.
Yeah, it's so charming, you know. It's just like all they want is they just want someone to they're not even malicious about it. They're just like, hey, let's call up someone to give them a good fright.
It's such a great idea of like, well, hey, we're reading an ad in the paper. Yeah, these guys, they're in quotes Ghostbusters. So yeah, let's test their merit on that. Yeah, let's these guys, let's call them out on this hypocrisy. They have no idea. You know, they're good. We're gonna scare them out of their gourds.
All right, so Dragon, I would love to hear your thoughts on the voices, on the distant vocals.
So one of the things I really love about this short, probably my favorite thing, I love the aged quality of it. I remember when it was on the Wall-E DVD, one of the bonus features in Wall-E, they really kind of looked at old school Disney sound effects and the old sound library, particularly the Foley effects. Foley's a really cool thing, especially in animation, because you don't have any practical location stuff when you're doing animation. You have to create completely from scratch. And in the olden days, like this, going back to 37 to 50 particularly, you have a period of where they have to create devices to make sound. And what they did here, if I recall, so I want to say they did like the old tin can thing. It was like a tin can they had to put on a guy's throat or something, where basically
that makes sense, yeah.
They did like this tin can effect to basically create like an echo on the voice or something.
What I love about this, Dragon, is that it's already like, you know, we do get that thing. Like, I very much get it, like with Fleischer's Superman, for example, where the vocals are so old that it's like you just get this kind of like, you know, this untimely quality where it's like I don't want to sound morbid, you know, I don't mean to like directly tie it in.
An ethereal quality of some sort.
Yeah, you know, it's like, so it's like not only do you get that with just like this was recorded in the 30s, you know, it's like what, like over 80 years old at this point, but you also get you know, the fact that they're doing these you know, these old school effects to make it sound even more older and disembodied. I don't know. There's just something very, you know, very kind of very creepy about that.
I mean, folks, this short is older than Superman. I'm not exaggerating that.
I know.
Yeah, it's and Batman. It's older than Batman.
Well, yes, Dragon. Batman came second.
Yes. Well, I know. I was saying like, it's older than basically all of the iconic DC heroes. It's.
Okay.
But no, I might have got, actually I remember something about the tin can. The tin can thing was used for like the all aboard of like in Dumbo, for example, like all aboard. That's what they use the tin can.
Oh yeah, sure.
So that's what they use I don't know what technique they use, but something like that is what.
Well, of course we had that. I think by far the best scene to come out of The Reluctant Dragon, which is overall a mess of a movie, is that scene where Robert Benchley goes into the sound effects studio and they're recording all the sound effects for Casey Jr.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely saw that in that.
Exactly. There you go. That's what I'm saying. They did kind of an old school technique like that. And again, it just adds such a great rich quality to, which also applied. It just adds like something like it's just something unnatural. You know, look years back looking at it, it's like, they don't sound like it anymore. The ghost of it, we just kind of add somewhat of an echo. We don't really go like a full like they're booming through another dimension with their voice almost.
Right.
All right. Also, let me ask you this: did it bother you in the slightest that it wasn't 3 ghosts?
A little bit, yeah. I'll
just
admit,
given that we have like 3 protagonists, it's like, why is it 4 ghosts? Why not 3?
I do. You know what? It's funny, and not only that, but I always kind of felt like these guys were like kind of predecessors to the Hitchhiking Ghost, and those are a trio. So
yeah. All right, let's see. So okay, so we have sorry. Oh yeah, you know something though I do like that we've kind of this short in many respects it's kind of like a new it's kind of created like a new archetype. But here's a big flag I want to plant. I want to make sure I get in there. So something that occurred to me watching this is that something this short did really well that we revel in today in all sorts of venues is that this created in a sense a new archetype for the recontextualization of something scary, where
Yeah.
The best modern example, Monsters Inc. We recontextualize monsters. They're scary. They're in kids' closets. But are they, though? In this case, Ghost. They're scary. They're just gonna terrify the wits out of these guys. Why are they doing it? Well, because they're bored. You know, that's why I was given a really great mundane reason. That's why. So again, we've taken the edge off of the scare and made it fun for the venue of animation, for kind of directed towards the younger market. So,
and this is of course I mean, Disney is they're not going to pump the brakes on scary imagery in this time period. You know, it's like Fantasia and Pinocchio are the next ones up after this.
But yeah, I mean, this is again, in many respects, kind of like how Dumbo inspires a lot of Pete Docters.
Sure,
this is very much, the rock that the church that the church is built upon for kind of doing scary
also,
in an interesting
can I just
way.
say it very much makes sense that this was done by the same guy who did Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
Just because the story structure and the character work is so rock solid. All right.
And also, again, with the recontextualization, we have stuff like a ghostly whale is a yawn. One of them's fishing in a sardine can. It's really fun. Anyway, so we transition from them. We'll scare them good. We have some great kind of animation as they're running to the old phone and they're calling them up. So we see our trio asleep, and I love the gag of outside the door. It says we're busy. In reality, is they're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, so they all scramble to answer the phone. They're kind of strangling Donald in the process with the old kind of candlestick phone.
Classic squatch and stretch slapstick.
Speaking of classic, let's highlight our voice cast. OG.
Dear.
OG.
Walter Elias Disney.
Elias.
Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry, Elias. You're right.
We have a whole belt named after. We got to get it right.
My God. The Elias belt.
Yes.
Where'd that come from? Remind me where that came
Saving
from.
Mr. Banks, remember?
Well, no, but didn't we have a
debate
joke about it?
Yeah, it was our official belt for the Disney debate. The whole thing it caused right.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's what we call the belt when we
to break out the Elias belt again, man. That was good times.
Yeah, we had the whole elimination tournament and everything. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we have Clarence Nash as Donald and Pinto Clovic. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Pinto Clovic is Goofy, which, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think anyone's touching Bill Farmer. I don't think Bill Farmer has to worry about, oh, man, was the original better than I?
I mean, no, but I do like that all the Goofies throughout the years have a distinct quality to them.
I mean, again, not a bad Goofy, really. I'm just saying Bill Farmer is like the Goofy. He's America's Goofy.
I mean, he is, but I feel like this Goofy, I don't know. I think Goofy out of the three, I think Goofy's the one who's had the biggest transformation over the years.
Yeah. Majorly, yes.
So with that in mind, I can't fault the guy by any means.
Oh, of course not. I'm gonna fault him. This is back during the beginning. He didn't know. He's not the one saying, could Goofy have a son? It's like, well, what? What are you saying? We don't do that sort of thing yet. Get out of here with that. Go back to the booth. Anyway, so what are you doing in here? This is creative. Get out of here.
So it is very Ghostbusters, the fact that they seem very down on their luck. Business is slow when they scramble to answer a phone call.
Yep. And of course we have Donald saying, "Oh boy, a customer." Oh, sorry, that's Mickey. Sorry, Mickey saying, I keep thinking the classic Donald Duck. Oh boy. So, oh boy, a customer, which is basically the Ghostbusters equivalent to "We got one."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the trio they trudge through the snow. We'll set up for kind of our end visual. They're trudging through the snow. And let's see. So we have instead of not a proton pack, but what are they armed with? Tiki, just give a few examples.
An axe, a shotgun, and a net.
Yep.
And Dragon, by the way, I proudly owned a pin of the shot of the three of them looking in the doorway.
Huh.
Yeah, cool. That was one of my favorite pins.
I see.
All right. Anyways, just wanted to shout that out. Back when I was into pin collecting.
So not so much grim grinning ghost, but giddy ghost in this case. They're all on Twitter. They're just waiting to scare these poor schlubs. So they turned so excited they turned the window shades. They're so happy because why not? All right. So the three enter. We have some door shenanigans where the ghosts are already messing with the doors. They kind of like get kind of turned around and flipped over. We have like oh god! So they instantly get humbled as they walk through the door. Like ghost hunters, right? They picked the wrong house. Mousetrap on Goofy's nose, really funny. Like of all their ghosts.
You should have seen what we did to Zach Baggins.
All right, so then we have let's see. Yes. Okay, so we have a bit of a like a ghost, a little bit of a Casper nod. I wonder if Casper was around at this point or not.
Oh, that's a Google away. Hold on.
That would be a helpful Google.
Dude, 1 second.
Anyway. Okay, so classic kind of Scooby-Doo move here. Okay, guys, we're gonna separate. Or again, I don't know. I'm going with the Scooby-Doo. We have.
Oh my god! I googled what year was Casper created and gave me the fucking release date of the movie.
You said created, and it gave you the movie.
Yeah, created.
All right, that's weird.
Okay, hold on. I'll just go into the original characters wiki. Hold on.
All right, so like Ghostbusters in the Whitmore, they split up. Yeah, so they split up here. Is like, okay, we're gonna separate and surround them, and I love that. I love the handshake bit, the way that's animated. They're always kind of giving each other like a handshake and kind of a triangular kind of pattern. It's kind of nice. All right, so
Casper's first appearance was in a children's book in 1939, and then 1945 was his first cartoon.
All right, so we beat him. So this is the first ghost. Oh my god, we predated Casper with the ghost.
Right.
Mind you, people didn't jump out of their skin, so Casper still has the advantage, but still. All right. Okay, let's see. So then, Ghost takes Mickey's hat, I believe, and then we have.
Can I just say I love Mickey's hat?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know why. I really dig the costumes for all three of these guys.
Yeah, I think Goofy has like a Sherlock Holmes hat or something. Like, is it? It's kind of Hunter-esque, but more like a Sherlock hat.
And again, more on the backgrounds. The ghost kind of like pulls the thing where he plugs the shotgun, and the shotgun goes off on Mickey, and Mickey chases him up the stairway.
Like he's the Flash, practically.
Yeah, right. But I love the shot of the stairway where it's just kind of like twisting up into the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then just the backgrounds on the house, like the wallpaper falling apart, like the cobwebs, the random the random pieces of the furniture. Like it's very atmospheric, just kind of like looking through these. All right.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got the haunted vibe. Well, obviously it's haunted because we have like 4 ghosts. Yeah.
Okay, so we have more door shenanigans where I love the visual. This is very much a Wonderland logic where Mickey pulls the door from the wall onto the floor, and then the ghosts come out in a marching band formation out of the door from the floor.
Yeah, again, little Monsters Inc-esque, which is kind of what we're doing with that door. It's kind of a bit of that mixed with that. It's just
bit of like just kind of playing around with the door physics.
Yeah. I just love the fact, he runs through, opens it, nothing falls. We open from a different kind of, the space of the door is changed. Yeah, we have like a merry band, and then we have what do we have?
Basically like tap dance away.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. So then the door leads to a flood, and then we have like a surfer ghost with surfing some choice waves. We got one on a boat. On a boat.
There we go.
And we have like this whirlpool effect that just kind of turns into. This is a really great thing too. This is where we're really hitting the ambiance of the ghost to me. When the whirlpool is created, Mickey gets swept up in it, and then it disappears. Again, the fact that we're playing with like the physics of there was a flood, and now there's not, and it's vanished, and he falls. Like, that's great. That's creepy. That's creepy ghost stuff.
Sure.
Let's see.
Wild Donald.
Yes. So, oh boy. So a ghost drops like this giant stack of china. just of like teacups and plates and everything, just scares the crap out of Donald, and then with the we're basically just a lot of jump scares for Donald. You're rattling chains, he's freaking
And then
out.
Donald hides under a chair, and I'm just now kind of like putting the pieces together. Like, I wonder if that was the inspiration for the hidden Donald that's embroidered on the chair at Walt Disney World in the Haunted Mansion.
I remember going in the dresser. Did he hide under a chair?
He's hiding under a chair in this shot, like right as the ghost drops the chains on him. Do you know the hidden Donald I'm talking about?
I'm sorry. Where's the hidden Donald?
I'll have to send you a picture of it. Hold on. But go ahead.
Okay. So, anyway, so Donald, after that, this chair thing, Donald, he hides in the dresser. I love this. He ran so fast to the dresser, he ends up shooting out the top of it in the top drawer. It's just, again, the physics of the animation. If cartoon characters are running really fast, there's going to be, it's something just ridiculous, yet we've grounded the physics somehow, kind of like what we do with Mowgli in the Jungle Book. It's like he's climbing up there. It's like you got to get the real life physics there. Kind of this.
All right, I sent you a picture of it in the chat.
All right, Oh, you mean? Oh, okay, I got it. You mean like the pattern looks like Donald? I thought you meant like
yeah.
I thought you meant like his legs were sticking out of it or something.
No, oh God, that'd be weird. That would not stick with the tone of the ride.
That's what I'm saying. I know. Okay, yeah, you're right. It looks like Donald. Yeah.
Like possibly that it could have. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Anyway, well, we know again there was some Haunted Mansion considerations for this short, so it is possible,
sure.
And we do have a hidden Mickey. The real question is there a hidden Goofy?
It'd be crazy if someone like unearthed a hidden Goofy like years and years later.
Imagine
there's a hidden Eeyore in the Indiana Jones queue.
Imagine this: you're in a ride and you see Goofy's hat on a hat rack.
Oh my God! I mean that there's no way that wouldn't have been discovered by now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Unless it's haunted. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's see. So after let's see, some Donald shenanigans here. After he shoots a dresser, Donald then gets paddled. Then it shows you how tough Donald Duck is, kids. Donald Duck, a Navy man. He can punch a ghost.
Yeah.
And get away with it. He punched that ghost, man. It's like Steely Phil. He punched the shark once. Donald Duck punched the ghost. Even harder than punch the shark. Punch a shark, it's something you're probably going to do once. Punch a ghost and live to tell the tale. That's quite impressive. Let's see. So after he punches the ghost, like, oh boy, I got him. It's not Donald has. I gotta tell you, things work out for Donald quite unusually well in this show.
Well, keep in mind, Dragon. I still prescribe to my theory that I think they started fucking with Donald more post-war, honestly. If you track like the actual Donald Duck gags and like how unlucky he gets.
Well, it depends. Were the Chip and Dale interactions before the wartime?
They were definitely post-war.
Oh, well, then you might have a point there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, okay. So,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Chip and Dale were literally just like PTSD shit disturbers.
Right, but I gotta tell you, I love the Pleasant Donald stuff. I'm always a sucker for when things work out for Donald, like in moments when traditionally they do not. But here, again, it was quite refreshing. Like, oh look, son of a gun! They fell through the ice, and then you have, well, isn't that a fine? How do you do?
All right, so Goofy is very startled.
Yes, Goofy is scared so much.
This is my favorite gag in the whole short, where he's so scared he's trying to tear through the wall, tearing through the old wallpaper.
Yep, the gag being Goofy was scared so much it sent him up a wall. Tears through the paper that got
one of the things that I will track here is the ghosts do use musical instruments to scare people. And that is, of course, one of the things that Haunted Mansion also does, of course, most prominently with Madame Leota.
Of course. Also, let's see, Goofy, just to give credit to with the dialogue, he does have like kind of a fun bit here where it says, "I'm brave, but I'm careful."
Right. He says as he's carrying the axe.
Yep.
Which, by all intents and purposes, looks like the most dangerous weapon of the three.
Well, I mean, one's a gun, Tiki, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, but it's an old school, like, gunpowder shotgun.
Yeah. Which, again, with cartoon logic, you plug your fingers in there, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
blows up like a water balloon or something.
Right.
All right, let's see. Okay, so it's after the trombone gag. Then we have the big line. Goofy chuckles. I ain't scared of no ghost. Ray Parker. We're talking about the Haunted Mansion inspiration. Ray Parker gets a little light bulb. I remember that one short I saw, and it had something about ghost busting. That'll do. Take that, Huey Lewis. All right, so okay, for a moment, I thought it wasn't me. So we have the mirror gag. So we have the ghost. Goofy chases the ghost to the dresser. A lot of dressers in this place, by the way. Chases the ghost to the dresser, which has a mirror, and we have like one of the ultimate classics in animation all over. Honestly, even before animation, just like in silent comedy, it's the classic comedy bit where you look in a mirror. Clearly, it doesn't either look similar to you or just is mirroring everything you do. For a moment, I thought it wasn't me. And so then he realized, okay, something's wrong here. Oh, God. So then the ghost breaks out the cowbell. It's got to have more cowbell.
Right.
That's the short needed. It's more cowbell. Anyway, so this was ringing it like the Dickens. And, we have this... I'll admit, though, I do think we might have extended things on the mirrors, the hair too much. Do you agree?
I mean, I think it's fine. I just think the only price that we pay for that is I do feel like the ending is very rushed.
Yeah, it just feels like, I mean, I like the mirror gag. I just feel like after the beginning part, it kind of went on a little too long. It was like, okay, Goofy, pick up on it, man. Come on. We don't have all short.
Right.
So then we have the great payoff, which is, you're a ghost! And he leaps through the mirror. And so tell me how amazing this animation is, Steve. Just crazy animation of Goofy trapped in the dresser and just like he's trying to chase the ghost within the dresser.
Oh yeah, for sure. On like a physical level of like trying to figure out like the physics of that, like how much of it do you want to get realistic, how cartoony do you want to get with it?
But it's like the realistic detail of like it's always, I always go back to this bit from Christmas Vacation with the Chevy Chase, where he's on the ladder and you have that involuntary thing where you're kind of in a falling position. Or like a precarious position, like he's trying to get his way out of like the ladder snag where he moves his hand back and forth, and Goofy's like doing it with his whole body. He's moving back and forth, like, do I get out of it this way? Do I not get out of it this way?
Right.
Just the spasming and just kind of like the going all, like just figuring it out in the space. So we do that really well, and just the animation is just it's spectacular. So then he ends up kind of strangling himself, and then he mistakes his behind for the ghost. And then the pinpricks it, like, woo! Anyway, so let's see. So then he thinks he's got the ghost still, and he's like, help, Mickey. I've got all three of them. And then, those mean old ghosts. This to me was I'm going to call out those specters, man.
God.
Good scares, I get you scaring them and everything, it's all harmless. You really could have hurt somebody. They pushed the dresser drawer, down the stairs, bumped into all three of them. Could have really hurt Goofy, Just saying.
I mean, I don't really think they care.
No, I know they don't care. I'm just saying it was kind of mean. It's like, just pushing them down the stairs like that. Just,
all right, so you're going to just give him like a mild, like, wagging finger?
Like more like the, that whole thing.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Tisk.
Yeah, like the tisk finger gesture. Like.
Okay, I dig it.
No, I know. It's fine because it gets us to our ending. I'm just saying, it's like, what, man, that was a little much. Like, Goofy, you're scaring them as you push them down the stairs, and but again, they're ghosts, so they don't really care. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so again, that dresser's pushed down the stairs. Just kind of falls all the way down there, and it hits into these very conveniently placed. I mean, I guess.
Very conveniently placed.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if it's in the basement or not. If it's in the basement, I guess there's a logic there. It's an old timey basement. They'll have things stored. I don't know. You have barrels of molasses and flour.
Uh,
Because again, cartoon logic, and it's an old spooky mansion. So the ghosts go down to admire their handiwork, and we reveal our trio, but they look a little different, Tiki. What's different about them? Does Goofy have a
they
mustache? What's
look
that?
like ghosts.
Ghost.
Whoa.
How great was that? Was the ghostly animation on them as like with all the?
Well, it is. I mean, it is genuinely like pretty creepy. You know, it's like because they have like they're all like goopy. I like the physicality.
Yeah.
Of it, you know.
Like you buy how they're being mistaken as ghosts from a distance, you know?
And you also buy that even though the lonesome ghosts are obviously ghosts in themselves, you buy the fact that like, okay, like we're just like cheerful ghosts. Like these guys are like straight up like demon ghosts.
Yeah, like we're slapstick ghosts. Like they belong to a different union. These are like these are the
Exactly,
scary.
exactly, right.
Like these are the guys should be visiting Ichabod Crane, not us.
Right, right, exactly. Like I like that. I like that little detail where it's like you actually like in theory it'd be like really silly for the lonesome ghost to get scared away by ghosts, but it's like because of the design you do buy it.
Yeah.
All
So I gotta admit, like the ending has always been kind of a head scratcher, but you write it off because it's funny. Like, really, are they? I mean, your logic, I think, is the best I've heard in regards to like, well, it's kind of a different brand of ghost. It's like, but
Uh-huh.
you're ghost too. But again, it's hilariously, it's like it makes no sense, and that's why it's funny. And it's the 30s, so they run away. They flee out the window, and then we have the impressive footprints in the snow shot, which again, we're doing some inventive
sure,
stuff.
sure.
Yeah, you don't always have to see the ghosts because they're ghosts. You're going to indicate them, so you pull like an invisible man as they're walking through the snow. So then we have Donald getting the last line.
Yeah.
Saying, so you can't take it, you big sissies. Again, Donald gets the last laugh, and that rarely ever happens pre-wartime.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all she wrote.
All she wrote. Good stuff. Good stuff. I really liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, that's the end of tonight's spooky selection. I'm sorry, Dragon. Let me get this cleared up because I feel like I fucked it up a couple times. That's the end of tonight's session.
What are you reading right now?
What?
Where are you getting session from? Sessions from
I'm trying to just base it. So it's spooky selection, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we repeat spooky selection. I just want to make sure. All right.
Yes.
Take two, everybody. Well, folks, that's the end of tonight's spooky selection. And our spirits grow weary. But don't worry, they'll be stronger than ever next time. As we... Oh, Jesus Christ. Dragon, would you like to, like, plug something while I actually look up the intro? I'm sorry.
Assuming nothing goes catastrophically wrong, there might be a trip report coming up. From not from him, maybe from me. We'll see.
Yeah, not from me because, like, at this point, oh, good. Dolly Parton Stampede just sent me a guest survey. I have thoughts.
Like right now?
Like literally, like what? Yeah, at like 10:38, 10:20, like 4 minutes ago.
Spooky.
I know, right? Anyways,
What?
and of course, we will. Well, I don't know. Dragon, I'm sorry. This is stupid.
God. You're trying to eyeball this, aren't you?
No, I'm literally just looking it up. Hold on. I don't know why I don't remember it because I'm second guessing myself so much and it's dumb. All right.
Yeah.
There we go, folks. Thanks for bearing with us. All right, folks. Wow. All right, folks. That's the end of tonight's spooky selection. And our spirits grow weary. But they'll be stronger than ever next time as we engage in even more Haunted holiday hijinks. Screw these guys, man. They're not from our union.